Most of us navigate our daily lives through a haze of chronic stress, anxiety, and fast-paced noise. We are constantly wired and endlessly notified. But there is a perfectly still, silent world available right in the middle of all that chaos. We usually look to morning routines or weekend retreats to fix our exhaustion. The reality is that one of the most effective protocols for physical health and spiritual peace requires you to deliberately interrupt your sleep in the dead of the night. This practice is called Tahajjud. It is distinct from the 5 obligatory daily prayers in Islam, and it is not the same as simply staying awake late into the night. It specifically requires waking up from a state of sleep to stand in prayer. Islamic theology has prescribed this specific night vigil for over 14 centuries. Today, modern clinical psychophysiology has independently arrived at identical conclusions regarding what this practice does to the human body. True peace often eludes us while the sun is up. To actually find it, you have to intentionally exit the noise of the day and seek out the profound silence of the night. Look at this timeline of the night. If you calculate the hours between Isha, the mandatory nightfall prayer, and Fajr, the mandatory dawn prayer, and divide that span into 3 equal segments, you locate the precise window for Tahajjud. The target is the final third of the night. In Islamic tradition, this specific window marks the divine descent. It is an active search from the Creator, reaching out to the lowest heaven, asking who is seeking forgiveness, who is asking for help, and who is looking for guidance. But to accept that invitation, there is a strict prerequisite. True Tahajjud requires the practitioner to have slept first. You cannot simply stay awake watching television and then pray. You must physically surrender to sleep and then choose to break it. The physical steps are straightforward. You make a sincere intention before going to bed. When you wake up, you perform wudu, the ritual washing with cool water to wash away the sleep inertia. Then you pray a minimum of 2 units, or rak'ahs. Rak'ahs are the standard units of Islamic prayer. There is also a built-in mercy clause found in the Hadith literature. If you make a sincere, firm intention to wake up for Tahajjud, but you are entirely overcome by sleep and do not wake up, your sleep is considered a charity. The reward is recorded exactly as if you had stood and prayed. This is a deliberate, highly structured protocol. It forces the human body to transition from total unconsciousness directly into a private audience with the divine. We now have clinical data measuring what this protocol actually does to our biology. Researchers recently conducted a 6-week randomized controlled trial measuring the physical impacts of routine Tahajjud on healthy men. This chart shows the primary result. The researchers found that Tahajjud acts as an active meditational therapy. Compared to the control group, the men who routinely woke for the night prayer saw their levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, drop by nearly 9%. The secondary data point is even sharper. The same group experienced a drop of nearly 20% in their blood glucose levels. Waking in the night to pray physically disarms the body's chronic fight-or-flight response, returning the metabolic system to a baseline of calm. This maps perfectly onto chronobiology. The final third of the night precisely coincides with the human body's peak secretion of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating our circadian rhythms and inducing restorative sleep. When you combine this natural melatonin spike with deep spiritual reflection, the physical benefits compound. Studies associate this specific state with enhanced immune capacity, distinct anti-aging properties, and, paradoxically, a surplus of daytime energy. The theology commands believers to pray in the dark. Our biology shows that doing so is hardwired into human anatomy as a mechanism to heal the physiological damage caused by daytime stress. Breaking out of deep sleep is physically painful. Islamic tradition refers to this heavy resistance as shaitan's knots tied at the back of the head. Science calls it sleep inertia. Loosening those knots requires immediate action. You have to bypass your own comfort, turn on a light immediately, move out from under the blankets. The shock of cool water is the final trigger that snaps the brain out of its sleep cycle. Doing this once is hard. Doing it consistently is the goal. This brings us to the concept of istiqamah, or steadfast consistency. The Prophet Muhammad taught that the deeds most beloved to the Creator are those done regularly, no matter how small they might seem. Many people try to pray all night long, only to burn out entirely by the end of the week. The prophetic ideal rejects that extreme. It favors a moderate, unbreakable habit over a massive, unsustainable burst of energy. This specific habit of rising in the dark has defined the righteous across generations. It is an unbroken chain of geographic and historical devotion that connects modern practitioners directly to the earliest believers. The impact of Tahajjud is never found in a single, exhausting night of intense prayer. It is accessed through the quiet, lifelong discipline of istiqamah. Beyond the laboratory, many who maintain this practice report qualitative shifts in their lives. These accounts range from resolved personal crises to unexpected recoveries from chronic conditions that medical observers found difficult to explain. This experience is often described through the concept of barakah. Barakah represents a divine blessing that acts as a multiplier, creating a disproportionate yield on a person's effort and time. A small action suddenly produces a massive result. The morning after Tahajjud feels different. By starting in the stillness, you face the day with a fortified mind, better equipped to manage overwhelming anxieties. So test the data yourself. Sleep tonight with a purpose. Set your alarm for just 30 minutes before Fajr. Leave a glass of water near your bed and make the firm intention to pray just 2 short units. You will have to sacrifice the temporary comfort of a warm bed, but in exchange, you find a path toward biological renewal and direct, unbroken proximity to the divine.